Hallöchen, Freunde der 100. Linie, letzte Verteidigungsakademie. Wow, ich habe es jetzt endlich mal auf Deutsch hingekriegt, wow. Ja. Wir haben nur zwei Entscheidungen, zu denen wir zurückkehren können. Und zwar Reveal Your Secret No und Kill Ato. Ich würde Ato nicht umbringen. In keiner Welt. Ich würde eher verstehen, wenn wir das Secret nicht revealen. Aber also ja, ne? Behalten wir es für... Ey, vielleicht ist Wäsche more manageable dann, ha? Wir werden es sehen. Ich weiß nicht, wo uns das hinführt. Obwohl, ich glaube, mir wurde gesagt, eine Route von hier führt zu einem Storylog. Und dafür muss ich Kill Ato Routes machen. Ich glaube, ich werde schon checken, wann wir da sind. Aber ja, machen wir No. Wir revealen das Time Travel Secret nicht. No. Your future. You want to get everyone on my side? I should really tell them the truth. But it's not like they'll all believe I'm a time traveler right away. Even if I did, that could come with its own problems. They learn about the future. History will change again.
If you change too much, you won't be able to predict what will happen as easily as before. You could probably help the others avoid making the same mistakes as before without telling them everything.
So war es
Of course, there's no way of knowing if that's the right choice either.
Being able to predict what will happen next is a huge advantage. I didn't want to lose that, especially not if it could help me guide everyone toward a brighter future. With that in mind, I did the only thing I could. Why you clamor all of a sudden? Answer us! You know Ato was a traitor. Well, I lied to them. Last night I went to Ato's room to talk to him about what we were going to do here. And I just happened to see his diary left out on his desk. He'd written out his whole plan in it. Huh? That's not what you told. I gave Siri a sharp look. I hope that he would see the message in my eyes. I'll explain later. Anyway, that's how I found out what Ato was up to. Everyone exchanged dubious glances. They clearly weren't sure whether to believe me or not. Well, it's not important how you got this information. What you really need to do is figure out if he really is a traitor or not. Hey, you're right. Let's go hear what Ato has to say about it. I agree with my dear sister. The others nodded in agreement, and they all started filling out of the war room. Or fighting. What? Don't you guys believe me? Siri ran off after them, leaving just me and Hiruko. For some reason, she was looking at me with an odd, confused expression.
Why?
She muttered that single solitary word to herself, then left. Did she say why? Why what? Well, whatever. I'd better go after the others myself. They said they were going to talk to Ato. That means they're heading for the courtyard. Oh, ich kann nicht. Oh, ich kann nicht tippen. Go outside. I found Siri waiting for me in the hallway. I thought about it and realized there was no need for me to get involved. It's no skin off my nose if the others want to get out Suki's side of the story. What's he gonna tell them? You're being tricked. Siri and Takumi are lying to you. Even if he did say something like that, he's got no evidence to back it up. I, on the other hand, have footage of his sudden change in demeanor and everything he said last night. Let them talk to him if they want. You and I have our things to discuss. Let me guess, you want to know why I didn't tell them the truth? That's right. I explained my thought process to Siri. Everyone found out about what was coming. The future would change again. To maintain the advantage my foreknowledge gave me, I decided to keep them in the dark for now. Didn't you come back because you wanted to change the future though? Yeah, but to a future where all of us survive. If I can't do that, there's no point in any of this. I want to be the light that guides us toward that future. Ah, I see. In other words, the ultimate objective is for everyone to watch the final attack together with smiles on their faces. Yes, not exactly. I really couldn't care less about the final attack. But he had the part about everyone being there, right? So I just kept quiet and nodded. I like it. Your interests and mine match up perfectly. So, what do you say we work together? I keep it a secret from the others that you came from the future. If it'll help the Special Defense Unit function more efficiently, I'm more than happy to practice a little deception. Thanks, I appreciate it. One more thing. How much do you know about our mission here, exactly? So I told Syria how things went down during my original 100 days at the Academy. Starting with what happened when I went to second to last Defense Academy and met Nigo and the other team members. Then the revelations that followed. World Dev, Trip to Global, the Exodus Project, and the artificial satellite. And of course the fact that the boy made of undying flames we'd spoken with last night was what, or rather who, was in the defense room. I told him more or less everything I knew. The only thing I left out was what I learned about Nozomi. The secrets she shared that first time were between her and me. Oh, I see. And is that all? Is that all? You mean there's more? What? No. Oh, of course not. You've already learned a crazy amount of stuff. That's enough, isn't it? Actually, there was still something that was bothering me.
Right. That's what you think the truth is. You got it all wrong, though.
Anyway, I'd better get going. I'll pretend like we never had this conversation, all sneaky-like. Sneaky, incognito, reliable, ethical, inside man, that's me. Zero hurried away, looking more suspicious than sneaky. Do I really not know the whole truth yet? Was Ato right? Well, even if he was, it's no use asking him now. This version of him has only been here for 3 days. He doesn't know all the things he told me in the defense room back then. Still though. Maybe I'll go talk to him anyway. Everyone else is probably there already. Kann ich jetzt tippen? Nein. Ich glaube, die Treppen sind auf der anderen Seite des Connect. Never mind. Welche Floor sind wir überhaupt? Go down. Das sollte schon richtig sein, glaube ich. Nope. Ich kenne mich immer noch nicht aus hier. Das ist crazy. Hier, Courtyard. Fantastisch. Oh, hey, Takumi. Hey, you fessed up already. He told us everything. Yeah, he said we look like a bunch of freaky monsters to him. For me, it's actually a compliment. Acting under a marsh, in fact. Most of the time, I borrow on the level of something a monster would leave in its litter box. The monster poop? Well, that's interesting in a whole different way. His hatred of mankind seems to be the real deal at any rate. Even said we should all be destroyed. All ends up with what you and Siri told us. What are we gonna do with him now? I'm in a barrel of used needles and see what he catches. What do you think we should do, Hiruko? Oh yes, you've been awfully quiet today, Miss Shizuhara. Something on your mind? No, not really. Hiruko's eyes started toward me, almost like she was watching to see how I'd handle all this. I'll go along with whatever you say, Mr. Hiruko. Would you like his appendix? I'll bring it to you on a silver platter. Why just the appendix?
Oh.
I leave the decision to Takumi.
Oh.
You're the one who stopped Ato last night. You could have killed him then, but you didn't.
Oh.
I can only assume you had a good reason for sparing him. Honestly, I don't think I did. It just didn't feel right to kill another human being in cold blood. I don't know though. Was that really all there was to it? I know an insignificant pile of monster poop like me has no right to weigh in on this. But I think we should let Ato live too. He seems really smart, so if we play our cards right, he might be useful to us. We gotta respect life too. Even soup stock carries the soul of the veggies used to make it.
Huh?
I have no idea what you're talking about. We agreed on letting Ato live then? He shouldn't be a threat so long as he stays in his cage. He's got some kind of weird tech to negate his powers. So I don't get to rip off his appendix? If this were a killing game, he'd be a perfect candidate for the first murder victim. The matter was decided. Ato would be kept in his cage in the courtyard from now on. As the others left, no one spared a word for the prisoner himself. All they gave him was brief glares of contempt. Takumi, you did come here from the future, didn't you? You seem intent on hiding it now, but that's what's going on here, isn't it? You're keeping it secret from the others. It's okay. You don't have to explain why. I can figure that part out for myself. The rest of them, I'm not an idiot. Did I tell you my story about reading your plan in your diary? Oh yes, I could tell right away that you'd made up some excuse. I went along with it. I told him I really did keep a diary, and that I'd written down my plan to kill Sire in it. I played the part perfectly, if I do say so myself. Alter, Eito, hallo? Why though? What's your angle? Ey, Eito, mein Mann. What indeed? Maybe I just didn't want to let them in on the truth. What really happened that night? It's a secret between you and me now. Und Sire. Technically, Sire and the creature wreathed in flames now too, but still. In other words, he saw an opportunity and took it. He's holding on to this information until he can use it to his advantage. Speaking of that thing made of undying flames. Stop right there, I don't have to tell you anything. I'm asking the questions here. The you I fought in the future said that you learned the truth about this war. A truth not even I knew. You have any idea what that could have meant? I'm not the same person you knew in that timeline. I'm as clueless as you are. Not that I wouldn't like to know why humanity is forging such an abhorrent war. Of course. You could tell me that yourself, couldn't you? I left without saying any more. I looked back just once. Ada was watching me intently, his eyes alight with intelligence and malice. That afternoon. After lunch, we made our way to the war room to speak to Sire. Never did get a chance to spill the beans about the truth this morning. You're going to tell us, aren't you? When we asked yesterday, you said it wasn't something you could decide on your own.
Yeah.
Which means there's someone above you calling shots, right? Yeah, but don't sweat it. I got permission, I tell you everything. Ah ja. Mankind hat ihre Decision gemacht, und Sire erlaubt. Alright then. Also das die collective AI of mankind in Sire, haha. No time like the present, I say. Go ahead and tell us, what's going on here? Sire nodded and began his explanation. None of it was new information to me though. It was the same stuff I'd learned during my first 100 days. World Death, Crypto Global, the Exodus Project, the artificial satellite, boy made of undying flames and his physical body in the defense room. The existence of second to last defense academy and the 5 other fighters there. All felt so familiar. There was nothing there to surprise or unnerve me. Everybody else was just as shocked as I'd expected though. When it was all done, they stood there dumbfounded, trying in vain to take it all in. By the time Sire had finished his explanation, the whole day had passed us by. What exactly does all that mean for us? Aren't you listening? We're about to hold the killing game, da? Nobody said anything about that. In other words, we need to defend the school for the next 97 days. When we do that, the missiles that the baby has been charging up will be launched. One final attack to wipe out all remaining life, including the invaders. And that's not world death once and for all. It's basically like winning a killing game on a worldwide MMO scale. We ain't gonna get caught up in it ourselves. Right before the attack, we board an escape pod and take off into outer space. Then we'll join the rest of humanity back on the artificial satellite. I knew you guys would get it. How could you not when I explained it so well? For some reason, Hiruko remained silent through all this. Refused to even make eye contact with any of us. It seemed like she was thinking hard about something. And this explanation helped elevate your will to fight to a whole new level, am I right? Oh, ist es, weil Hiruko die Timeline schon kennt, wie sie es in Box of Calamity gesagt hat? Hell yeah, I'm ready for this! Skill as a whole bunch of invaders. Yeah, you've convinced me that means making it back to the satellite life, then I win. I'll give it my best shot. I might need a couple of barf bags though. I'll fight too. I'll do whatever it takes to protect my dear brother. What? But sister dearest? Don't try to stop me. You can say what you want, but my mind's made up. I don't think I've ever heard you speak so forcefully. I guess that's that then. How about you, Shoma? Honestly, I don't think a festering dumb bit like me will be of any real use. but I found this weird sort of power pointing through a body last night.
Huh?
I feel like I've ascended to the level of, I don't know, a feathering stag beetle. Yeah, man, that's the spirit. Takumi, Hiruko, you two have been fighting right from the start, so I guess there's no point in asking you, huh? Maybe fighting with it for a team in our next defensive battle, then. Seems that way. Let's all work together and wipe out those rotten invaders. Oh yeah, I'm really feeling it now. Ich mag, dass Hirai tanzt.
Hooray!
Come on, let's do a motivational cheer to celebrate. All together now.
Special Defense Unit, best in the world, indestructible and undefeated. Never lose, never yield. Special Defense Unit, fight on!
Takumi sagt nix. Ey, wisst ihr was? Ich crack eine Open für die Special Defense Unit mit einer Hand. Ich hoffe, man hat es gehört. Vielleicht nicht, aber eine Späße habe ich jetzt aufgemacht. Ah, nicht Auto. Unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately, I didn't get caught up in the pep rally mood Siri had going on. In my last timeline, Gaku, Tsubasa, Shoma, and the twins hadn't made up their minds to fight until much later. Had hearing the truth really motivated them that much? Or did their sudden boost in power have more to do with it, like in Shoma's case? Was the true subcryptoglobin flowing through them, giving them more confidence than before? Either way, I was grateful I wouldn't have to convince them to fight all over again. At the same time though, this could mean history would change again, deviating from the future I knew even more. When I thought of it that way, I couldn't help feeling uneasy. I felt an intense gaze on me. I looked around and locked eyes with Hiruko. She was looking back at me, also with a weirdly uneasy look on her face. Hiruko weiß irgendwas. The meeting in the war room came to a close. After a somber late dinner, the others decided to turn in for the night. I did the same and returned to my room. I lay down on my bed to just space out for a while, but then... This is Hiruko. I got up and went to the door to greet my late-night visitor.
Huh?
Hiruko, what's up?
Huh.
I wanted to ask you about something.
Huh?
Oh, what is it?
Oh.
After we spoke to Eito in the courtyard, I went back to his room.
Oh.
I searched it from end to end, but I didn't find any diary.
Huh.
You've been lying to us, haven't you? What? Me lie? I don't know what you're talking about.
Huh.
You're from the future. You've traveled back in time somehow and ended up here. So you really knew what Eito was up to, am I wrong? Being confronted with the truth so abruptly threw me for a loop. My face tensed up and my palms began to sweat. How can you possibly know that? I realized too late that I shouldn't have said that. I was practically admitting she was right. Hiruko must have realized it too, although in her case she seems to relax a little. I thought so. Well, that's all I want to know. I'll be going now. Hey, come back. Tell me what this is all about. I knew you were acting weird today, ever since yesterday, when I lied to the others, actually. When they all left, you stayed behind, and you asked why. You didn't look happy either. What did you mean by that? Just how much do you know anyway? Hiruko didn't answer. She just looked away. Her brows were furrowed, and she was biting her lip in thought. We stood there in silence for a while, until she gave a sigh and she spoke up again. You sleep on it. I'll tell you everything tomorrow, if I don't change my mind before then. You will? Yes. But I'll tell you one thing right now, too, in fact. Giving your time travel signal from the others was probably the right choice. The same goes for not killing Eito. Huh? Until tomorrow, then. With that, Hiruko left the room, leaving me alone with my confusion and angst. Jedenfalls, Day 4. Ding dong, ding dong. Die Rede.
Atom troops, time to rise and shine! Get ready for your 4th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy! Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable and suffering the insufferable to pave the way for humanity's future greatness. Be ready to give your lives to protect our beloved school from the vile and barbaric enemy!
Wir lieben es.
Aha!
Now that you've had your breakfast, I have two very important announcements to make. Announcements?
Woohoo!
First of all, I've decided to give you the run of the school. Every classroom is now unlocked. I'd originally planned to open them up little by little, but I was really touched by your show of determination yesterday. Consider this your reward. Oh, Sam, tips on first try in the guillotine room. Whatever that is, we don't have one here. What about the second announcement? In order to make you a more efficient fighter, you need a team leader. Invaders have commanders, so we should have one too, and the position goes to...
Seriously? You want me to be the leader?
Nobody said anything yet. Yeah, besides, it's Sumino. Me? You exposed the traitor in our midst and saved your commanding officer from a terrible fate. You've also demonstrated your ability to rally others behind you. Your personality makes you a perfect candidate too. What do you guys think? Any objections?
I think it's a good idea. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I cast my vote for Takumi too. Although in my case it's probably only worth 0.000000001% of a normal vote.
Oh, it's the Red Ranger leads the team in those hero shows. Takumi's got red hair, so he should do fine. My dear sister and I dress in red too, but Mr. Sumino's probably the better choice.
I had a vision that it would happen. Takumi will lead us all toward a brighter future. Fine, if that's how you all feel, I stepped on and let Takumi take over. I'm more the cool outsider type anyway.
How about you, Shizuhara? Hiruko took a moment to think about it before answering. I have no reason to oppose this decision. Good enough for me. Takumi Sumino, I hereby confer upon you the position of Captain of the Special Defense Unit. I expect you to help your team members grow and lead them all toward a spectacular victory. What was I supposed to say? Thanks, but no thanks? I don't think anyone would have let me weasel out of it like that. Instead, I resigned myself to the inevitable and nodded. Yeah, okay, I'll do my best. I mumbled a half-assed acceptance. Everyone said things like, nice to meet you, Captain, or don't let us down, Captain. I think they were just teasing me, though. After a few slaps on the back, they filed out of the cafeteria. Last to leave was Hiruko. I hurried over to her before she could get out of the door. Hiruko, wait! What is it? What do you think it is? We're supposed to talk. You told me you'd tell me what you've been hiding today. I don't remember making any such promise. What? I said I'd tell you everything if I didn't change my mind. I thought about it all last night. And unfortunately for you, I did change my mind. You've got to be kidding me. I have never kid anyone in my entire life. Hiruko pushed her glasses up the bridge of her nose for emphasis. She looked tired out somehow. I thought you were on my side. Your side? You didn't object when Siri made me captain. That doesn't mean I approve of you. I just thought that if you were leading a team, it would make things easier for me. Much better to have a figurehead in place so no one will bother me. Figurehead? In other words, you're a puppet leader. You could have just taken the position yourself. I'm really not the type to take the lead. Besides, I've seen this play out before. What are you talking about? Forget about what I said last night. Just move forward and do whatever you believe is best. With that, Hiruko turned and left. The clacking of her heels echoed through the cafeteria, down the halls, and eventually faded away completely. Couldn't stop thinking about what Hiruko had said. How did she know I'd traveled back in time? She told me to forget all about it, but that was easier said than done. I couldn't focus on anything else. My mind kept drifting back to this mystery. I need to get the truth out of her. There had to be a way to convince her to tell me what she knew. Having decided that, I wandered all around the school looking for her. By the time I actually found her, the sun had already started to sink below the western horizon. I found Hiruko in the war room, and Siri was there too. They hadn't noticed me, but seemed to be talking about something serious. I hid behind a nearby pillar, hoping I could listen in on them. In the end... ... I couldn't hear a thing. Those two were talking in secret. It must be about something important. What were they keeping from me? I was getting more and more curious. I cut my hand across my ear, but all I could hear was my pulse and the electronic buzzing of the nearby machinery. Cursing wouldn't help, I knew that. All I could do was watch them as they carried on their mysterious conversation. Must have stood there like that for a pretty long time. Eventually, Siri handed Hiruko something. It was small and fit into the palm of her hand. I couldn't make out what it was from where I was standing. Did she get some kind of allowance from him? No, it couldn't be. Whatever it was, Hiruko slipped it into her clothes and left the war room. Siri followed suit a little while later. All that time and I still didn't find out anything useful. What could Hiruko have been talking to Siri about? What was that thing he gave her? I should go after her. I still have so many questions that need answering. It was past 11 PM by the time I headed back to the roof. I was still reluctant to give up and go to bed though, so I decided to knock on Hiruko's door instead. But when I got there... There was no one there. It was like Hiruko had disappeared completely. This is ridiculous. Just where did she go? I stood there wondering to myself. I heard a noise. It sounded like propellers. I looked over the railing and down into the schoolyard. There, hovering near the wall of fire, was a drone with a fire extinguisher mounted to it. And standing next to it. Hiruko! Hiruko activated the extinguisher and created a hole in the wall. He stepped through it and out into the night. Where's she running off to now? The parallel leap machine or so? I scrambled down the stairs, hoping it wasn't too late to catch her. I arrived at the entrance hall, and sure enough, one of the fire extinguishers was missing. I grabbed the remaining one and headed outside. Once I was past the wall, I walked around for a while, but didn't see any trace of Hiruko. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. She could be anywhere out here. But now that I'd come this far, I couldn't just give up. Between what she told me last night and her conversation with Siri today, Hiruko had a lot of explaining to do. I want to know why she was wandering around off school grounds at night too. Just what is she up to? Still glancing around, I made my way down a narrow alley between two crumbling old buildings. That's when I saw it. As I was turning a corner, I caught sight of someone. They were a pretty long distance away. It was dark too, so I couldn't make out many details. But even from behind, it was obvious enough who it was. Hiruko. She was standing outside the entrance to a building on the edge of the town ruins. It didn't look like a house, it was probably some kind of office or facility. I looked around her one last time before slipping inside and disappearing from view. I hurried after her. What is this place? Yeah, guess I'll head inside. I went through the entrance gate and headed toward the main building. I opened the door as slowly and quietly as I could and went inside. Right away I noticed that one of the doors in the hall was slightly ajar, and light was spilling out from the room beyond. I crept closer and peered through. What the? Yup, es ist die Parallel... Wir sind an Tag 4 und wir sehen schon die Parallel Leap Machine. My hand shot up to cover my mouth. I'd almost said it out loud. Hiruko was in there, alright, but she hadn't noticed I was here yet. It was some kind of large machine, casing a few feet away from the door. I darted in and snuck behind it. Phew. Sigh of relief, I took another look around the room. It was packed with weird-looking machinery, most of it rusting or broken. Maybe this was a research lab once? It doesn't look like it's been used in a long time. I poked my head out from my hiding place to see what Hiruko was doing. She seemed to be operating one of the machines, pausing every now and then to adjust her glasses. That should do it. Now. She walked over to the giant locker and pulled the door open. Inside were, well, there were some kind of all-body suits, like what deep-sea divers or astronauts would wear. Hallo? Haben da diese Randoms die Sachen her? Oder war das einfach Hiruko-Version? There were several hanging in that locker, more than 10 at least. There were helmets too, old-timey, heavy-looking ones. Hiruko grabbed the suit and the helmet, and took them out of the locker. Wait, She's not going to change right here, is she? The thought of being here while she undressed got me really nervous. Luckily or unluckily, she didn't actually strip down, but put the suit on over her clothes. Yeah, ready to go. I'm running out of time. Don't make the leap soon. Did she say leap? What was that all about? At the back of the room was a control console of some kind. Hiruko walked up to it and brought her fist down on a big red button. That done, she stepped up to a circular platform next to the machine. She got on the center of it and stood there. Then particles of light started to fill the space around her. Huh? Wait a minute. What the heck? I had no idea what was going on, and my pulse was racing. My mind was drawing a complete blank. There was just one thought in my head. One thought, and a rising sense of panic. Hiruko was going to disappear. I'd never see her again. I couldn't let that happen.
Hiruko!
Huh?
Was? Huh? Day 5? I'm not really sure what happened after that. But when I came to, I was on the floor, and Hiruko was holding me in her arms. At least, I think it was Hiruko. She had a helmet on, so I couldn't tell for sure. The next moment though, that question was answered.
Takumi, are you alright? Get a hold of yourself.
It was muffled, but it was unmistakably Hiruko's voice. I felt a wave of relief wash over me, followed by a sharp pain.
What were you thinking? Jumping in without a leap suit.
Leap suit? Is that what the thing you're wearing is called?
Oh, it's the leaps? Okay.
Yes. If you perform a parallel leap without one of these, it puts an incredible amount of strain on your body.
What's a parallel leap?
She didn't answer. And because of the helmet, I couldn't see what kind of expression she had on her face.
What are you doing here?
I followed you. I had some questions for you, about 100 of them at least. Although now it's more like 200.
At least your head wasn't seriously damaged. How's the rest of your body?
It feels numb. I don't think I can move. I feel really cold and nauseous too.
If you're going to throw up, do it after I leave.
Leave? Where are you going?
Back to the academy.
You're going back already? Why?
I don't have time to explain. It's already past midnight.
Midnight? What day is it now then?
Day 5, technically.
Late night, day 4, or early morning, day 5?
What does it matter? Are you trying to waste my time? Ugh, I have to go. You stay here and rest. I mean it. Don't you dare move from this spot.
Hiruko stepped away from me and made her way to a nearby locker. Not the locker she'd taken the leap suit from, a different one. She opened the door, revealing 2 drones, both fitted with fire extinguishers. Huh? 2? That didn't seem right. If Hiruko used one of them to leave the school, where did the other one come from? I left the extinguisher I used outside, leaning against the wall. It couldn't have ended up in here somehow, could it? While I was still trying to make sense of everything, Hiruko grabbed one of the machines and rushed out the door, still wearing her leap suit. After lying there for a while, the feeling started coming back to my legs. Pretty soon I was able to move around again and got to my feet. Still in the same place I was before, right? It looks the same anyway. What happened when I dove into that circle of light after Hiruko? And how long did I black out for? It didn't feel like very long, a minute at most. What could have happened during that minute? No use thinking about it now. I should go after Hiruko. I went to the locker and took out the other extinguisher drone. The pain hadn't completely faded yet, but I pushed through it and made my way outside. I knew where Hiruko was going. She told me herself. Back to the academy. I still didn't get why though. Hiruko had left the school in the dead of night, went to a weird research lab, then went right back to the school again. What was she doing? What was it all for? I kept pondering these questions as I made my way through the ruins. Eventually, I came inside of familiar territory, Last Defense Academy, standing there just like I'd left it. Now, where's Hiruko? Look for Hiruko. Oh, ich kann tippen. Morg. Habt sie... Was hat sie gemacht? Huh? Isn't this classroom usually locked? Looks like I can get inside now. Huh? What is that? Several desks were lined up in the strange classroom. And there was something lying on top of one of them. Something vaguely human-shaped under a white sheet. I slowly walked up to it, grabbed the white sheet, and pulled it off.
Eito?
Huh?
No. It can't be. He was shut up in his cage. There's no way he could have gotten out. So then how? How did he get here? And why is he dead?
But before I could do anything, a loud noise erupted from somewhere else in the school. It sounded like it came from above me. Confused and bewildered, I rushed into the hall and up the stairs. When I got to the third floor, I heard the noise again. It's coming from the infirmary. Bin ich in die richtige Richtung gegangen? Infirmary. Ah. Ja, ich bin in die falsche Richtung gegangen. Classroom. Boys Bathroom South. War Room. Ah ja. Somebody was collapsed in one corner of the room. She still had the weird suit on, but her helmet was gone now. I could see her face clearly. It was Hiruko. Scrambled over to her and propped her up, just like she'd done for me earlier.
Hiruko, are you okay? Come on, hang in there.
I shook her shoulders and her eyelids fluttered open. When she saw me, her eyes went wide with shock. And then for some reason she kicked me in the stomach. I went flying like a ragdoll. Smacked into a corpse recovery drone and it fell to the ground with a clatter. And that wasn't the end of it either. When I looked up, Hiruko was standing right in front of me. She reached down and began squeezing my neck hard. It felt like she was trying to wrench my head clean off.
Hiruko, what are you doing? Please, stop it.
I tried to pry her hands off of me, but I wasn't strong enough. Whatever happened in the research facility had taken too much of a toll on me.
Please, Hiruko, at this rate, I'm really gonna...
I never got to finish. The next moment, I blacked out completely. Zur Hölle? I don't know how much time passed after that. My consciousness drifted back at some point for a little while. Everything was still kind of fuzzy though. The vision was blurry. It was hard to make out what was going on around me. I had a vague impression of someone standing in front of the revival medic. It was Hiruko. There was a corpse recovery drone on the floor next to her. Was somebody inside? I really couldn't tell from where I was. I tried to sit up, but in the state I was in, I couldn't even lift my head up. So I just lay there and watched. Last thing I saw was the recovery drone getting sucked into the larger machine. And then everything went black again. Was zur Hölle? The next time I woke up, it was a lot more sudden and more violent. I was on my feet, forced to stand with my arms held behind my back. Don't tell me. Was all that just an act? People do tell me I have a talent for inhabiting a character. You sure fooled me. It's me. I was Hiruko all along. Yeah, I know. I looked over at the revival medic. It was empty, and Ron from before was gone. I only wish this was just a play, and maybe we could rewrite the script so I wouldn't make such a terrible mistake. A mistake? I couldn't save him. I had no idea what Hiruko was talking about, but it felt like it would be a bad idea to press her on it. The voice was small and fragile in a way I hadn't heard before. Well, we're done here. Let's get going. Huh? We're going back to where we belong. Wait, Hiruko, tell me what's going on. Why are we going back there? You mean the lab? It's some kind of research facility, right? What kind of research do they do there? Hiruko wouldn't answer me. She just kept going, leaving me no choice but to follow her. Hiruko, please tell me what's going on. I'm so lost. It's bad enough that we're in this weird lab, but also I saw a body back at the school. A body? Yeah, it was Ato. I saw him with my own 2 eyes. He was in the classroom on the 2nd floor. He'd been drained. It was just a dried up husk. I see. Is that all? Are you shocked by that? Not especially. Seriously? Hiruko turned away, shutting down any further conversation. She began flipping switches and turning dials on different pieces of machinery around the room. I trailed after her, asking question after question, but she ignored me and just kept working. Then she opened up the large locker. Put this on. That was the most she'd said to me in a while. Well, how do you like it? You call it a leap suit, right? See how it adjusted to fit your height? That's one of its special functions. It will automatically shrink or stretch to fit the dimensions of whoever wears it. Not like I'm insecure about being short or anything. Well, we should get going. Hiruko stepped away from me. He pressed the red button on the control console and stepped onto the round platform like I'd seen her do before. Come on, hurry! She barked an order at me, I instinctively complied. It'll start any moment now. Will. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Ich wollte nicht skippen. Ach so. Punkt. It's done. Huh? Let's head back. What? Back where? We're going to go through this every time. Where else would we be going back to? Hiruko stepped off the platform, hung up her leap suit in the locker. I did the same, still totally at a loss about what was going on. Don't tell anyone what you've seen here today. You understand what will happen if you do, don't you? Behind her glasses, her eyes were filled with murderous intent. I got nervously and nodded. It was around 4 AM when we got back to the school and still dark. My list of questions I wanted to ask Hiruko was fast approaching 300, but I didn't have the energy to bring any of them up. My body got put through the ringer at the lab, then kicked and strangled shortly after. It was no wonder I was exhausted. He still hasn't apologized for any of that. Oh well, only one thing to do now. Go sleep, huh? I went back to my room and fell onto my bed. All of a sudden, I felt more tired than I had in a long time. I allowed myself to relax and soon fell into a deep, deep sleep. I woke up and went outside, realizing I must have slept away most of the day. I didn't feel so tired or beaten up anymore, but my head was still as fuzzy as ever. Not so much from fatigue as the 300 or so questions swirling around in my mind. For now, I decided to focus on just one of them, and I knew which one.
Huh?
Eito. Check courtyard. Go down und jetzt gehen wir in den Courtyard, ha? Huh? Eito, you're... What's the matter, Takumi? You look like you've seen a ghost. When have I ever seen a ghost myself? Or seen how you look when you've seen one? When you think about it, isn't that expression a little problematic? I mean, it's hardly showing proper respect toward the dead. You're alive. In response to my comment, Eito put his hands on the bar of his cage and pushed against them. Last time I checked, yes. If I were a ghost, I should have faced out of here a long time ago. What's going on here? I saw his body just last night, didn't I? Seriously, Takumi, what's wrong? Did you come across a corpse that looked like me or something? He's quick on the uptake, as always. I've barely said anything and he's figured it out already. You might not believe it, but I know how to keep a secret. Still haven't told anyone about you coming from the future. If you need someone to talk to confidentially, always here. Come on, tell me what happened. Don't tell anyone what you've seen here today. You understand what will happen if you do, don't you? I knew better than to take that risk. I left without saying another word. That night, the others ate a sumptuous dinner in the cafeteria before heading back to their rooms. I struggled to force down a few spoonfuls of rice porridge. I put it aside and stopped Hiruko before she could leave. Hiruko, have you got a minute? I really need to talk to you. It's the classroom that's always locked. Yeah, I asked Pire to unlock it for us. Why did you bring me here? This is where I found it. This is where I saw Eito's body last night. He had all the blood drained out of him. Someone must have absorbed his cryptoglobin. But then, when I checked again today, the body wasn't here. But that's not the weirdest part. Eito's still alive. He's in his cage like normal. I even spoke to him. And I got to thinking, and something to do with that weird lab, doesn't it? You mentioned something called a parallel leap before. That's what we did when we used that machine, right? I still don't really get it, but I get the feeling that's why so much just doesn't seem to add up. Hiruko was silent. It wasn't all that surprising. The way she'd been acting, I didn't expect her to tell me everything just like that. But I wasn't giving up. Instead, I ushered her into another room. Why here? We spoke to Siri about something important in here yesterday. You were spying on us? I prefer it if you didn't put it like that. Either way, it's not a pleasant habit. When you finished talking, Siri gave you something. What was it? Just some dried kombu kelp in case I got hungry. Okay, now tell me the truth. Again, no answer. I sighed, shook my head and moved on. Quite a little tour of the school you're taking me on.
Huh?
This will be our last stop. Last night I rushed in here and found you passed out in the corner. I had no idea what had happened, and things only got more confusing from here. From there, when you woke up, you kicked me in the stomach and tried to strangle me. Maybe you can explain that? Beide sind ruhig. You still haven't apologized for that, you know? I didn't have a lot of choice in the matter. It was a regrettable accident. An accident that nearly killed me. Fine, I'm sorry. You've got your apology. Can I go now? Hiruko was already turning to leave, but I grabbed her arm before she could go any further. I'm not done yet. After you nearly killed me, I came to, just for a minute. I saw you in front of the revival medic, corpse recovery drone. Who was inside the drone, Hiruko? You said I couldn't save him. Him? Who? Were you talking about whoever was in the recovery drone? What's that you wanted to ask? There's one more thing, and it's the most important of all. Do you know that time travel exists? You knew I came from the future. How? Hiruko pushed aside a lock of her long, silky hair and looked away. She was clearly nervous. She was biting her lip, fiddling with her troca, tapping her heels. Finally, she made up her mind and spoke up. Alright, I'll tell you. You will? On one condition. And tomorrow, I'm going to have a lot to do. I might struggle to get it all done by myself. I need someone to help with it.
Huh?
You mean me? Really? What exactly would you want me to do? Just do as you're told. Follow my instructions and don't ask questions. I need to be able to work in peace without stopping to explain things to you. Provided the work gets done, I'll answer all of your questions on the evening of day 9. You really will this time, right? You're not going to change your mind again? I'll give you my word. That's so long as you hold up your end of the bargain. Hiruko looked me dead in the eye. I met her gaze without flinching. Okay, you've got yourself a deal. Okay. Also, es ist unglaublich viel passiert. Ich beende. Es ist unglaublich viel passiert. Ich bedanke mich fürs Zuschauen. Und wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Mal. Wenn es heißt, Hiruko macht weiter ihr Parallel Leap Zeug. Seit Day 3. Tschüss.